Good evening aspirants, welcome to daily editorial analysis of Shankar IAS Academy. Today's date is 5th February 2025. These are the two editorial articles we are going to discuss in this video. The first article is about the socio-economic impacts of cancer. In this discussion, we are going to discuss about the basics of cancer, types of cancer, and what are the socio-economic impacts of cancer, challenges for treating cancer in India. The next article is about the constitution. What is the constitutional morality? What are the challenges faced by constitution? What are the challenges faced by constitution? Why constitution thrives even after 75 years of scrutiny? So this is what we are going to discuss in this news article discussion. Now let us get into the discussion. Now look at this article. The article talks about the socio-economic impacts of cancer in India. There are growing cases of cancer worldwide, and also there are many cases growing in India. The article also addresses the challenges faced by India in cancer treatment and care. So in this context, let us discuss about the socio-economic impact of cancer. Firstly, let us discuss about the basics of cancer. See, cancer is a complex disease which is characterized by uncontrolled growth and spread of abnormal cells. These abnormal cells can develop into any part of the body, and it is the leading cause of death worldwide. Now look at this image. This is a process of cancer cell development. A normal cell develops into a cancer cell due to genetic changes, and this cancer cell multiplies into a malignant cancer. So basically, a normal cell has a time period. There is a program inside our cells that the cell has to die within this time. So this is programmed death for a normal cell. If there is a change in the genetic material of the cell and this program got crashed, the normal cell, which has to die within 120 days or 60 days or 48 days, if it doesn't die, then it means it has transformed into a dangerous cancer cell. So the cancer cell has no program for time period of death. So this is a cancer cell, and this normal cell to a cancer cell change can happen through genetic changes or through any means which we are going to discuss. According to WHO in 2022, there was an estimated 20 million new cancer cases and 9.7 million deaths. Also, according to the WHO, about 1 in 5 people develop cancer in their lifetime. Approximately 1 in 9 men and 1 in 12 men die from the disease. As per the estimation of USA National Center Institute, the number of new cancer cases is projected to increase 29.9 million per year by the year 2040. So these are some of the frightening data about the cancer. Now let us see about the key characteristics of cancer. See, cancer cells divide and multiply without normal regulatory signals which control the cell growth. So this leads to formation of tumors or abnormal tissue growth. As I said earlier, there is a program in every cell which makes its death. So the programmed death for a normal cell, if it doesn't happen, then it develops into a cancer cell. So the cancer cells can break away from the original tumor and travel through the bloodstream or lymphatic system to other parts of the body. So they can form new tumors. Some of the tissues or organs in our body have less resistance to cancer, and that is why cancers are more localized, affecting some of the organs or localized organs in human body. Now looking at the cause of the cancer, cancer is primarily caused by the changes that are mutations in the DNA of the cell. These mutations can be either inherited or acquired through environmental exposures like radiation or chemicals, or occur randomly during the cell division. So it can happen through inherited mutation, or through environmental exposure, or through random cell division. So cancer can happen during any of these times. The cancer cells often form mass of a tissue called a tumor. The tumors can be non-cancerous or malignant. Malignant means they are cancerous. So malignant tumors can invade nearby tissues and spread to other parts of the body. Now looking at the types of cancer, carcinoma is a cancer that begins in the skin or tissues that line the surface of the organs. Sarcoma is a cancer that arises from the connective tissues like bone, muscle or fat. Leukemia is a cancer which is formed in the blood tissues, hindering the body's ability to fight infection. Lymphoma is a cancer which affects the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is a part of immune system. Now looking at the socio-economic challenges in cancer treatment in India, the main and important challenge is the high cost of treatment. See, cancer treatment, particularly the genomics informed precision medicine, is expensive and unaffordable for many patients. For example, the news article which we have seen in the beginning of this video highlights 70-year-old cancer patient spent 25 lakh over 5 years. So he has exhausted his savings, insurance, and even selling the ancestral land. So the high cost of cancer treatment is a major challenge in India. The next one is out-of-pocket expenses, which burdens the patient and families. See, public hospitals lack adequate resources, forcing many people to find expensive private healthcare. Even the government schemes like Ayushman Bharat mainly cover the inpatient cost, but the diagnostic test and the follow-up checkups or post-discharge care are paid out-of-pocket expenditure. 50% of total healthcare costs are also borne by the patient themselves. So this out-of-pocket expenditure is a major burden for the poor households and marginalized families. The next important challenge is limited public health care. India's public health care is spending below 2% of the GDP. So this is leading to shortage of doctors and essential medicines and also a lack of proper infrastructure. Delay in diagnosis and surgeries causing many cases to be detected at advanced stages. So this leads to poor survival rates. Private healthcare dominates the cancer treatment, so they make the treatment unaffordable for low and middle income families. Next important challenge is the lack of comprehensive government support. Some states offer partial support. For example, Delhi, Maharashtra, Punjab and Kerala have medical aid schemes. Himachal Pradesh and Haryana provide free bus travel for cancer patients. Indian Railways and Air India offer discounted fares for their cancer patients. However, these programs are not uniform across India, so there is a gap in the support for cancer patients. Now let us talk about the government initiatives to fight against the cancer in India. The important one is National Cancer Control Program (NCCP). This program is aimed at reducing the cancer incidence and mortality through various activities like awareness campaigns. Ayushman Bharat also takes part in this scheme. Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, this flagship healthcare insurance scheme, provides financial assistance for cancer treatment for eligible individuals. So this reduces the economic burden on the patients and their families. The awareness campaign conducted by National Cancer Control Program is also an important thing to note here. They are educating the public about the cancer risk factors, prevention strategies and early detection methods. So early detection of cancer is a very important thing, because if a cancer is detected at an advanced stage, then there cannot be done much. Important awareness programs like National Cancer Awareness Day, the National Cancer Control Program, the Ayushman Bharat, Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana are also participating in many awareness across the country. Yesterday, February 4th is also the World Cancer Day, and many awareness have been done yesterday. So this is about the National Cancer Control Program. The next one is National Program for Prevention and Control of Non-Communicable Diseases. This program addresses the risk factors for cancer, such as the tobacco use and also the unhealthy diets. Then there are various initiatives for specific cancer. Cancer such as cervical cancer and the oral cancer are also to be handled separately, and they need special attention. For example, the cervical cancer is mostly caused by the human papilloma virus. An important thing to note here is that virus can also lead to cancer. For example, the human papilloma virus leads to cervical cancer. A virus changes the genetic material in the host cell and they can trigger the cancer formation. So in the prelims there can be a statement like virus can lead to cancer, then it is right. The collaboration with the international organizations, India collaborates with WHO and the International Agency for Research on Cancer in order to leverage the global expertise and also source many kind of information against cancer. So these are some of the government steps taken to fight cancer in India. So in this news article discussion, we have seen the basics of cancer, the types of cancer, what are the socio-economic impacts, that mean the challenges in fighting the cancer, and what are the government steps in fighting the cancer. So with this, let us wind up the discussion. This is a mains question related to this news article. Interested aspirants can use it. Now let us move on to the next editorial article discussion. Now look at this article. The article discusses how India's constitution, despite facing criticism for many years, have endured so much of time, that is 75 years. It highlights the influences from various global constitutions Ambedkar defends for its originality and the need to cultivate the constitutional morality in India. So these are the things discussed in this editorial article. In this context, let us discuss about the basics of constitution and what are the things that are discussed here. Firstly, a constitution is a fundamental law of nation which outlines the basic principles that determines the powers and duties of government. Constitution also guarantees certain rights to the people. So the powers and duties of the government and the rights of the people, what makes up the Constitution. Supreme legal authority. See, Constitution serves as a supreme legal document against which all other laws are measured. It is an expression of sovereignty. See, Constitution reflects the sovereign will of the people, which is established through a Constitution Assembly or a similar body. Constitution often include the provisions for amendments in order to adapt for changing needs of the society. So, Constitution is basically a living document. Now, what is a constitutional government? See, a constitutional government operates under a constitution and has a limited power for political authorities. So, the constitution ensures that they act within the established legal framework. Then rule of law is also a part of constitutional government. The rule of law emphasizes that all individuals and institutions, including the government, are subject to the law. So this is what the rule of law means. Another important component of constitutional government is separation of powers. Then protection of fundamental rights. The constitutional government also follows the democratic principles and it has a judicial review. The courts have power to interrupt and review the laws to ensure they follow the constitution. So these are the important components of a constitutional government. Now what is a constitutional morality? See, constitutional morality means adherence to the constitutional values. Dr. Ambedkar emphasized that governance must follow the constitutional principles and not the personal beliefs. This constitutional morality was inspired from the Greek democracy. The term was taken from George Gortay's study of Athenian democracy. The courts use the constitutional morality to safeguard the democratic principles. For example, in Navtej Singh Johar case of 2018, the Supreme Court decriminalized homosexuality, citing the constitutional morality. Now, why does India need constitutional morality? First is to prevent the majoritarian rule. The constitution ensures that the democracy functions beyond the electoral politics. It also gives protection for the minority rights. For example, the reservations in Article 15 and 16 protect the marginalized communities. The Constitution also ensures the independence of institutions. For example, the Sabarimala temple case of 2018 upheld the women's entry and they enforced the constitutional morality over religious practices. Now, what are the challenges to Indian Constitution? The most important one is communalism and religious conflicts. See, religious tensions can challenge the secular fabric of Constitution. Next one is the caste-based discrimination. See, despite reservations provided in Article 15 and 16, the caste-based discrimination still exists in India. Next is the corruption in public institutions. The corruption weakens the governance and violates the citizen rights. Then there are threats to secularism. Growing religious intolerance affects the harmony and pluralism. Misuse of laws for political gains is also a threat to constitution morality. Now let us see the socio-political stability of Constitution. Federalism balances the center-state relations. For example, the GST Council ensures a cooperative federalism. The secularism maintains a religious harmony. On one hand, the federalism maintains the center-state harmony. On the other hand, the secularism maintains a religious harmony. The welfare policies reduce the inequalities. The people's faith in democracy sustains the constitution. For example, the higher voter turnout in Lok Sabha elections ensures the people's faith in democracy. So, Indian constitution, despite being criticized for the borrowed provisions and complexity, it has successfully withstood the test of time for over 75 years. So with this, let us conclude the discussion. If you like the video, please share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe to Shankar IAS Academy YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.